what on earth is going on? It was agreed at our last year's AGM that our customer service levels was lower than the industry norm. I thought we had put a 50 million rand system to address this problem. 50 million rand for what? What on earth is going on?
Excuse me, Ma. I'll call you back.
You told me the staff appraisal system would help sort out my customer service problem. I've just been through the figures. The levels haven't budged.
Whoa. I know you haven't been directly involved in the project, but give me a moment. Let me explain.
Great, let's sit for a few minutes.
Firstly, Matthew, what you are referring to in this instance is a performance appraisal. What we in fact implemented was a full-on performance management system. Typically, performance management systems are made up of a number of components, and performance appraisal is just one component within the performance management system. To give you a formal definition, the process where steering of the organization takes place through the systematic definition of mission, strategy, and objectives of the organization, making these measurable through critical success factors and KPIs in order to take corrective actions to keep the organization on track. A typical performance management system is composed of a number of interrelated pillars. Firstly, performance standards. Company goals derived from company strategy are set and cascaded throughout the organization into team and individual goals. Secondly, performance measures. These are indicators of whether or not goals have been achieved. The performance appraisal, which you mentioned to me earlier, fits in this portion. It is a measurement tool which assesses an individual's performance at the end of a defined performance period. The third pillar is performance improvement, which deals with the day-to-day interactions which allow for continuous performance monitoring, communication, and improvement. The final pillar is performance reporting, which allows managers to track and view employees' progress in a formalized manner. In simple terms, a performance management system is an ongoing framework that helps steer our organization by effectively managing our people. Performance management systems really can work. I know we have some problems in implementing our performance management system, but in general, performance management systems do have some problems. Actually, I've brought in a consultant who's going to give us a general view of why performance management systems fail. So let's go meet her.
Great, let's check it out.
Matthew, this is Connie, the consultant I spoke to you about earlier.
Great, welcome.
I'd like to share with you today some of the common pitfalls of performance management systems. The primary failure of performance management systems is that they are not used in the everyday running of the business. Most managers admit to only using them during a performance appraisal process. Everyday usage would have enabled more control of staff as they work towards the organizational goals. Instead, we find that goals are being set at the beginning of the year and placed somewhere in a folder, only to be dusted off and reviewed in the year-end performance appraisal. As a result, continual performance communication and feedback are not happening, and opportunities to develop performance improvement plans or recognize good performance during the year are missed. The next thing that we've identified is a lack of communication. Organizations which do not encourage a culture of transparent and regular communication about performance tend to suffer from failing performance management systems. This is mostly because managers are not well equipped to provide constructive feedback about the performance to employees. Communication is really considered to be the cement that holds the pillars of the performance management system together. Clear, concise, directed communication is often missing within performance management systems. A lack of two-way communication obviously impacts the effectiveness of the system. The next area that managers have identified is the misalignment between individual goals and company strategy. Goals that are better aligned would naturally contribute to overall organizational success. Related to this is the inaccurate measurement of performance. Managers often ignore industry best practice, which means they can't reflect the real competitiveness of the organization within which they work. But if we look internal to the business, further incidents of failure are related to how goals are often in conflict with how we measure them. Say an employee's goal was to ensure that all customer emails were responded to within 24 hours. The employee employee was then measured on the number of hours spent at his or her desk as an indication of achievement against this goal. Is the company really measuring the right thing here? Although this may seem somewhat far-fetched, this type of occurrence is a common cause of performance management system failure. Therefore, goals and measurement indicators that are complementary would contribute to better overall performance. Over and above this, when the measures are not linked to employee rewards, employees do not feel as though their efforts are being recognized, leading to low employee morale. If we look then to reporting, we find that reporting within industries is often either too generic or over-standardized. This results in a lack of flexibility in the reporting analysis. Managers are then limited to viewing performance as prescribed by this report, and they miss out on the value add that individuals or teams may have contributed over and above their goals. Customized reporting would allow managers to effectively manage staff by allowing them to drill down into individual performance metrics. Further to this, the failure to include all stakeholders, like employees and HR, and the CEO, in all aspects of performance management systems often leads to failure because systems and frameworks may not always fit into the organizational processes. Performance management systems can be quite invasive into the daily work routine. Often, they require large amounts of effort and buy-in in order to make them successful. In addition, line managers highlighted that without sufficient support and coaching from HR professionals on the proper use of the system, they struggled to see the relevance of some of the processes. Line managers and employees simply fill out forms and fail to have the conversations which result in performance improvement, thus treating the system as a tick box exercise which has been mandated by HR. Any one or a combination of the factors mentioned could result in the loss of credibility and effectiveness of what are often well-intended and expensive performance management systems.
So, if I understand you correctly, these are the key pitfalls that the industry is facing: incorrect use of the performance management system, misalignment between individual and company goals, measurement metrics that are not benchmarked externally, performance measurements that are conflicting with goals, poor performance reporting, lack of buy-in from all stakeholders, lack of HR support, and lastly, lack of communication.
Yes, you've got it.
Interesting.